As do you ever feel like you're stuck in an endless loop, waking up, following the same routine, thinking the same thoughts, and wondering if life will ever change? What if I told you that you're not stuck at all? That science has proven you have the power to rewire your brain, break free from the past, and create an entirely new life? Most people believe change is difficult, that it takes years, or that they are permanently defined by their past experiences. But what if none of that is true? What if your brain is wired to adapt, evolve, and transform in ways you never imagined? Neuroscience has uncovered a game-changing truth. Your thoughts don't just influence your reality, they create it. Every emotion you feel, every habit you repeat, every belief you hold, it all shapes the world around you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to break free from old patterns and consciously design the life you desire. You will learn how your mind can rewire itself, how your body can be programmed for success, and why so many people struggle to change while a few master the secret to transformation. Here's something most people don't know. Your brain does not recognize the difference between what is real and what is imagined. If you repeatedly think a thought, your brain processes it as reality. This is why people stuck in fear, stress, or doubt remain trapped, because their minds keep reliving the same emotional states. But once you understand this, you unlock an extraordinary power. You can train your mind to create the future you want instead of reliving the past. Scientific studies have proven that when you visualize a new reality with intense emotion, your brain fires new neural pathways. You are not just thinking differently, you are becoming different. But here's where most people go wrong. They try to change their external world without first changing their internal world. They chase success, happiness, and love, but their subconscious mind is still wired to their old identity. No matter how hard they try, they find themselves right back where they started. But what if you could shift that? What if you could break free from every limiting belief that has ever held you back? Today, I'll guide you through the exact steps to rewire your mind, activate your body's energy centers, and create permanent transformation. You'll discover how to break the habit of being your old self and finally step into the limitless version of you that has always been waiting. By the end of this video, you won't just understand the science, you'll feel it. You'll have the knowledge and the tools to tap into the power of your mind and start living the life you were meant for. So if you're ready to transform your life, don't just watch, commit. Stay with me until the very end, because what I'm about to share will shift everything you know about reality. And before we dive in, welcome to Mindful Rise, where we help you unlock the full potential of your mind. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this journey is just getting started. Let's begin. Hey, before we discuss how to create a new life, we need to understand something crucial: where you are right now. Most people desire change, but they never stop to assess their current reality. They feel stuck, lost, or unfulfilled, yet they keep moving through life on autopilot, never pausing to ask themselves, why am I here? What needs to change? Your mind is like a GPS. If you don't know your starting point, you'll never reach your destination. This is why self-reflection is the first and most powerful step in transformation. You must take an honest, unfiltered look at your life. Without judgment, without excuses, just raw awareness. What patterns keep repeating? What emotions dominate your daily experience? What aspects of your life feel misaligned? Some people keep attracting toxic relationships or struggling with money not because of bad luck, but because they never change their subconscious programming. Their external world shifts, but their internal beliefs stay the same. True transformation starts with self-reflection and clarity. Most people say they want success, but without clear goals, they drift through life. The brain thrives on clarity. When you define a precise goal, your subconscious starts aligning with it. The reticular activating system, RAS, focuses your mind on what you tell it is important, just like when you think about a new car and suddenly see it everywhere. Set specific, measurable goals. Instead of saying, I want success, ask, what does that look like? How much money? What lifestyle? Clarity creates direction. Break big goals into micro goals to avoid overwhelm. Your subconscious resists change, so small, consistent actions build momentum. Emotion fuels action. Visualizing success activates the same brain pathways as real experience. This is why Olympic athletes use mental rehearsal. But visualization alone isn't enough. Your actions must align with your vision. If you want wealth but have poor spending habits, your subconscious is in conflict. Accountability multiplies success. Writing down goals makes you 42% more likely to achieve them. But real power comes from external accountability. Mentors, mastermind groups, or partners who push you forward. Your environment shapes you. The people around you influence your mindset, success, and habits. If you surround yourself with negativity, you absorb it. But if you engage with high achievers, their drive becomes contagious. Audit your circle. Who lifts you up and who holds you back? Growth comes with a price. Some people may resist your transformation, but you're not obligated to stay the same for their comfort. Your path is yours to own. Neuroscience tells us that by the age of 35, 95% of who we are is a set of subconscious programs. This means most of your thoughts, behaviors, and emotional reactions are running on autopilot, shaped by past experiences. If you don't stop to examine these patterns, you will continue living the same life, repeating the same cycles, thinking the same thoughts, and feeling the same emotions. And here's the shocking part. Many of these patterns weren't even created by you. Think about it. Your beliefs about yourself, your potential, and even your limits were programmed into you from childhood. The way your parents spoke to you, the experiences you had in school, the messages you absorbed from society, all of these shaped your identity. If you grew up hearing that money is hard to earn, that love always ends in heartbreak, or that you're not good enough, those beliefs didn't just disappear. They became part of your subconscious mind, silently influencing your decisions, your relationships, and your success. But here's the truth. You are not your past. You are not your limiting beliefs, and you are not the emotions you've been conditioned to feel. The only reason you keep experiencing the same reality is that your mind keeps firing the same neural pathways. Your brain seeks familiar patterns because familiarity equals safety, even if that familiarity is suffering. This is why some people stay in toxic relationships, why they avoid taking risks, or why they sabotage their own success. It's not because they want to, it's because their mind is wired to keep them in a predictable reality. So if you want to change your life, the first step is awareness. You must observe your thoughts without becoming them. You need to recognize your emotional triggers without reacting. You need to identify the stories you tell yourself about who you are and ask, are these even true? Underscore, here's a powerful exercise. Take out a piece of paper and write down these questions. What areas of my life feel unfulfilling or stuck? What emotions do I experience most often? What beliefs do I hold about myself that may be limiting me? Where did these beliefs come from? Are they truly mine? If I could wake up tomorrow as a completely new person, what would be different? Be brutally honest, no filters, no sugarcoating. This is not about blaming yourself or feeling guilty. It's about becoming conscious. Because the moment you become aware of your patterns, you are no longer a prisoner to them. Neuroscience has shown that when you observe your thoughts and emotions without attachment, you weaken the neural pathways that keep them alive. This is called meta-awarenessness, the ability to step outside yourself and see your thoughts as just thoughts, not reality. This is the foundation of real change. Most people never do this work. They spend their lives distracted, numbing themselves with entertainment, social media, and endless activities to avoid facing themselves. But the truth is, nothing external will ever change your internal state. You can switch jobs, move to a new city, or find a new relationship. But if you don't change what's inside, you will always recreate the same experience. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals accelerates your growth. That's why masterminds, accountability groups, and success networks exist. When you're around high achievers, their mindset becomes your new normal. Conversations shift from problems to solutions, from excuses to execution, from limitations to possibilities. But before we dive into action, let's talk about what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. The willingness to learn. No matter how big your goals are, if you're not growing, you're falling behind. The world is evolving, industries are changing, and new opportunities emerge daily. The real question is, are you adapting? Most people stop learning the moment they leave school. They fall into routines, repeating the same habits and thoughts year after year, wondering why their life never changes. But if you're not expanding your knowledge, you're limiting your future. Think about it. Every skill you have today was learned. You weren't born knowing how to walk, talk, or read. You learned. And that means you have the power to keep learning, evolving, and unlocking new levels of potential. But here's the challenge. Learning requires humility. It demands that you admit you don't know everything, that there's always something new to discover, and that's where most people struggle. Ego gets in the way. They think they have all the answers, so they resist change, ignore new ideas, and dismiss opportunities to grow. As a result, they remain stuck in the same patterns year after year. But the most successful people never stop learning. They read books, take courses, seek mentors, and ask questions. They understand that every new piece of knowledge is a tool that can open doors, solve problems, and create possibilities. Look at history's greatest minds: Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein, Elon Musk. What do they all have in common? An insatiable hunger for knowledge. Da Vinci studied everything from anatomy to engineering. Einstein questioned reality itself. Musk taught himself rocket science because he refused to let a lack of knowledge stop him. This is the mindset you must adopt. Become obsessed with learning. Seek knowledge as if your future depends on it, because it does. But learning isn't just about collecting information. Knowledge without action is useless. You can read 100 books, watch 1,000 videos, and attend every seminar in the world, but if you don't apply what you learn, nothing changes. Think about the last time you learned something new. Maybe you watched a video on mindset or read a book about success habits. Did you actually implement it, or did you move on to the next thing without taking action? This is where most people fail. They consume knowledge instead of practicing it. They collect information but never use it. A. To embrace continuous learning, develop a system for applying what you learn. Every time you gain new knowledge, ask yourself, how can I use this in my life right now? What small action can I take today to practice this? How can I measure my progress and improve over time? Learning isn't about memorizing facts, it's about transforming your thinking. And the best way to do that is through active learning. Instead of just reading a book, take notes and teach what you've learned to someone else. Instead of just watching a video, summarize key takeaways and create a plan to implement them. Instead of just listening to a podcast, write down 3 action steps and commit to following through. But here's what most people overlook. Learning isn't just about books and courses. Life itself is a teacher. Every mistake, challenge, and experience holds a lesson. The problem? Most people don't pay attention. They repeat the same mistakes, react the same way to difficulties, and never ask, what can I learn from this? Imagine how much faster you'd grow if you treated every obstacle as a lesson. Instead of getting frustrated by failure, you analyzed it, extracted wisdom, and used that knowledge to move forward stronger. This is what separates those who rise from those who stay stuck. They don't just go through life, they learn from it. And let's talk about adaptability. In a world changing faster than ever, your ability to learn and adapt is your greatest asset. The skills that got you here won't necessarily get you where you want to go. The strategies that worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. The only way to stay ahead is to keep evolving. Look at the most successful businesses, Amazon, Tesla, Apple. They dominate because they innovate. They don't cling to the past, they anticipate change, learn new skills, and reinvent themselves constantly. If you want to thrive, you must do the same. Think about the last time you hesitated on something important. The longer you thought about it, the bigger it seemed. But the second you finally took action, that fear started to fade. This is why successful people don't wait until they feel ready. They start before they trust that clarity comes from doing, not thinking. But let's talk about real action. Many mistake motion for progress. They plan, research, and talk about their goals, but they never actually take steps that move them forward. They feel productive, but in reality, they're just staying busy. Real action means putting yourself in situations that force growth. It means stepping outside your comfort zone, making decisions and taking risks. It means committing to results, not just effort. It means doing the thing even when it's uncomfortable. Take a moment to ask yourself, what is one thing I know I need to do, but I've been avoiding? That thing you just thought of, that's your next step. And the sooner you take it, the sooner you start moving toward the life you want. But here's where most people struggle. They focus too much on the end goal and get overwhelmed. They think about how far they have to go, how much work it will take, and they get paralyzed. The key is to shrink the goal. Instead of worrying about the entire journey, focus on the next step, just one. Because once you take that step, the next one becomes clearer, and before you know it, you've built momentum. Every major achievement in history started with a small action. Every business empire started with one decision. Every transformation started with one step. The problem is most people never take that first step because they are afraid of failing. But let me tell you something. Failure is part of success. There is no success without failure. Every great entrepreneur, every world-class athlete, every high achiever has failed more times than most people have even tried. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Michael Jordan missed thousands of shots and was cut from his high school basketball team. Elon Musk had multiple failed businesses before Tesla and SpaceX became what they are today. The difference? They didn't let failure stop them. They understood that every setback is just data, it's feedback, it's a lesson. So if you've been holding back because you're afraid of making mistakes, ask yourself, what's worse, failing and learning, or never trying and staying the same? Because the truth is, inaction is the biggest failure of all. The real risk is doing nothing and waking up years from now in the same place, full of regret. Now let's talk about consistency, because taking action once isn't enough. Anyone can start something, but the ones who succeed are the ones who keep going, even when motivation fades, and it will fade. That's why discipline matters more than inspiration. But physical health is just one piece. You also need to take care of your mind. Success isn't just about working harder, it's about thinking clearer, and that's impossible if your mind is constantly overwhelmed. How often do you take time to just breathe, to disconnect from distractions? Most people never do, but the most successful people in the world guard their mental space. They meditate, reflect, and create moments of stillness. Meditation isn't just a spiritual practice, it's a reset button. It improves focus, reduces stress, and enhances decision-making. When your mind is clear, your creativity expands, and your ability to handle challenges increases. And don't forget joy. Life isn't just about working hard, it's about feeling alive. Hobbies, passions, moments of fun, these things fuel you. The more you enjoy life, the more motivated you become to create a better one. So if you've been running on fumes, thinking you'll rest later, stop. Take care of your body. Protect your mind. Prioritize joy. Because when you are at your best, everything in your life improves. Everything you desire, a new life, a better reality, a transformed future, is within your reach. But it won't happen by chance. It happens when you take control. When you decide where you want to go, set clear goals, and surround yourself with people who lift you higher. It happens when you commit to learning, take action despite fear, and care for yourself along the way. When you celebrate progress and embrace change, knowing that every challenge is shaping you into something greater. This journey isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Because transformation isn't built overnight, it's built through every choice you make, every step you take, every belief you reinforce. So don't let doubt hold you back. Don't let the past define your future. You have the power to rewrite your story, break free from limitations, and step into the life you're meant to live. If this message resonated with you, if you're ready to take the first step toward transformation, let us know in the comments. And before you go, hit that like button and subscribe, because your journey is just beginning, and we'll be here to guide you every step of the way.